Hey, what is up, guys? I'm here with my WrestleMania 37 Night 1 review. So, we'll start off just talking about how nice it is to actually have the fans back. It was really cool to see, to see everyone there, all the fans and stuff, and the production, and the show overall started off and just had a great feel, and the whole show just had a really good feel overall to it, having just the fans there, and it brought a lot of energy to the show that it just really needed. I do like the Thunderdome. I think it's really cool, but it's just awesome to have the fans back, and I'm really happy we could have them there. So the show didn't start for like about 30 minutes or so because there was some rain delay apparently in Tampa. There was like these rain spouts apparently. I didn't know about that, but apparently that's how it is there. So the show didn't get going, but they had these really awesome promos with the wrestlers and athletes throughout the show, which I thought was really cool. Not throughout, before the whole shows even started. Sorry, the first match of the night was Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. And I have to say, it was the right move to open, to give Drew the best crowd reaction that he didn't get last year in the main event, but he'd get like the most crowd in this one and the hottest part. So the match itself, I thought, was awesome. I thought this was a great match. It was definitely match of the night in my opinion. I think in most people's opinion it'll end up being match of the night. It was a really classic power versus power match like that you'd see in the late 80s of like Macho Man Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. Just a really awesome match, and it came off as just such an awesome fight. And man, I really like that you got to see like just two jack dudes go at it again, because it's a lot of times nowadays where people are all about seeing like the smaller wrestlers, but here we got to see the bigger wrestlers, and it was really awesome. Like there was some just awesome moments throughout the match, and it just came off like it's such a fight the entire time and just such a struggle. And there was McIntyre hit like 3 future chalk DDTs on Lashley, and Lashley kicked out, and that was just a huge spot there. I thought that was going to be the end of the match, and then he also had like a Kimura lock, which that also came off really well, and McIntyre hit an awesome dive. And the reason that dive came off so great is because he never does dives out of the ring, so when you actually do a big dive out of the ring, you pop for it because they never do it, and it really helps fit WrestleMania that well, because it just shows all the stakes and stuff are just on the line during the show. So of course it really fit the match and made everything come off bigger. So yeah, and Lashley ended up getting the victory with the Hurt Lock, and that was really cool because he was actually the first one to break the Master Lock back in the day. Now here he is using the Hurt Lock. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. Best match of the night. I loved it, actually. I loved the match. The next match of the night was the women's tag team Turmoil match, and I have to say it was awful. And the Riot Squad, they were the stars of the match, but other than that, there wasn't really nothing to see here, except it did have hot chicks, so that's a W, right? So in my opinion, the second best match of the night was Seth Rollins versus Cesaro, with Cesaro's first ever WrestleMania singles match, I believe. And before the match started, Seth Rollins had this really hilarious ad play from friends of Seth Rollins that had nothing to do with Seth Rollins. And I have to say, Seth Rollins, he also played just a great heel there. He just came off super full of himself, kind of like Jay White in NJPW. Cesaro was great in the match. Just showed what great athletes these guys are. Rollins had a lot of cool offense, like the twisting splash, the fake curb stomp. I just thought that was really cool. And then the way he countered into the pedigree, like doing a backflip off the ropes, I thought was like really cool. And there was also like a cool callback to the Randy Orton RKO on Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31, where Cesaro hit a uppercut, and the match ended with Cesaro doing this new move called the UFO, where he like was spinning Rollins around on his head with like no hands or arms, and it looked really cool, and it was like really awesome to see. So shout out to Cesaro for getting his first ever WrestleMania victory there. Following that up, we had the New Day versus AJ Styles and Omas. And the match, it was a solid undercard match with a solid built-in story of the New Day having to play defense the entire match, keeping AJ in, and till AJ eventually got the hot tag to Omas, and Omas just cleared house. And yeah, we had new Raw Tag Team Champions. I thought it was a really cool wrestling between Styles and Woods. So I actually really enjoyed the match, despite it not being that long or anything. So after that, we had a match that just completely over-delivered, in my opinion, which was Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon. They got Jerry Lawler on commentary for this one, and they had, a really good match. Braun had just an awesome entrance, and he just looked absolutely shredded. Like, the dude got jacked before this match. Outside of that, yeah, you had Shane playing the heel, pretty much. Nothing really much to say. I don't think the match was all that long. The highlights of the match were when Shane was about to win, Braun tore down like part of the cage and pulled him back in, and then he threw him off the top of the cage, and he got the victory. So other than that, just a solid win for Braun Strowman. I kind of hope to see him wrestle Bobby Lashley down the road after this. So not much else to really say about it. After that, we had the co-main event. Was it the co-main event? I don't know. Anyways, it was the celebrity match of the evening, which had Bad Bunny and Damion Priest versus Miz and Morrison. And the Miz and Morrison, they just came off great. They're just absolutely dick heels. And the entrances for this were really entertaining, with Miz and Morrison rapping their way to the ring with a bunch of bunnies around them. And then Bad Bunny actually had just a dope entrance where he came in on a semi-truck, and that just looked hella cool. Not much to really, like, the match itself, like, again, like, it was a celebrity match, but Bad Bunny, he over-delivered in the match. He actually wrestled really well, and it came off really quite well. The only thing I didn't like about the match was the Canadian Destroyer that Bad Bunny hit. I was just like, that's kind of dumb, in my opinion. That's where I was like, alright, this is stupid. I felt like that was kind of dumb, but I don't know. I know people probably loved it or whatever. Anyways, but yeah, Bad Bunny, he did really well in the match, and Miz and Morrison, they were just hella entertaining. They're just really fun to watch every time they're on. I'm a big fan of those two. And Damian Priest, he was supposed to benefit from this, like, it being the celebrity match, and there he is with Bad Bunny and everything. I don't know, I'm not on social media, so I don't really know, does he get all this buzz or whatever? But yeah, I didn't really, he just came off as just kind of really, an afterthought, because he just got totally outperformed by everyone else. But I guess he was on NXT last year, so, and now it's his first WrestleMania. But yeah, I didn't really come off as a superstar after the match. In my opinion, it didn't really seem like. So the last match of the evening was Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair for the Smackdown women's title, with Bianca Belair coming in as the Royal Rumble winner. And I have to say, one thing that really bugged me about the match was before the match started, they ring the bell and Bianca Belair is tearing up and crying. It's alright, Shawn Michaels wasn't crying when he was in about to wrestle for the belts, because it just seems like they're marks for themselves essentially. They're I don't know, I didn't really like that. I think just act like a fucking star when you're out there, instead of oh wow, what a moment we're having. I don't know, I didn't like that very much. The match itself, I don't know how, people probably really liked this match, and I thought it was a good match, and it was solid. It was definitely a Sasha Banks having to be the more experienced and tactical wrestler versus Bianca Belair, who's obviously she's insanely strong. There's no doubt about that. Seeing her lift Sasha Banks up the stairs and then throw her back in the ring. Yeah, that was really cool. But I don't know if Bianca Belair, I felt was ready for it. I know a lot of people are probably big fans of her, but I don't know. I mean, Sasha Banks, you could just tell she was lit for this match. She was gonna bring it no matter what. So Sasha Banks worked her ass off in the match. There's no doubt about that. I don't know. One of the things about Bianca Belair was probably I think she hit a 450 splash, and then Sasha kicked out, and then you see her kicking and screaming and just completely overreacting to it, and it was just I don't know, get your shit about you, and it just, no one else really does that in the matches. So I don't know, it was just one of the things that's just I don't know. I'm probably gonna get flagged for that, but The match itself I felt was like actually pretty good. It was good overall, but yeah, there was just some things I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. There was just something like missing for me about it, like to like take it to that like next level. But overall, it was a really good match. Probably in my opinion, the third best match of the night. And overall, I thought the show it was pretty good. I'm pretty sure night 2 will probably deliver a little bit better. But yeah, it was awesome seeing the fans back. I want to like really emphasize that and how awesome that was. And the show was just really fun overall. So it's I don't know where it like ranks up, but it's not like top tier, and it's hard to like rank these show like this show now compared to like all the other WrestleManias. So I don't even know. It was I mean there were the matches I'd say check out would be the main event, the first match, and the Rollins versus Cesaro match. But like everything else, it was decent, but it's not like you're gonna go back and rewatch a lot of this stuff. Anyways, peace, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of the night 1 of WrestleMania, and I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna probably have my review of WrestleMania night 2 on Monday at some point. So stay tuned for that. And thanks, guys. Peace.